Okay. So, I wanted to do this one because women and men are really at odds, and it's a damn shame. The problem is that we have a type, right? We have something that attracts to our eye, right? And that's the ideal form. We've had this in our head for however long we had it, you know what I mean? The bodies, whatever it is that we've had, no matter what we go through and whatever, that's still our drug of choice, yeah? Top tier drug of choice. When women are reading the fantasy novel, then more than likely that guy pops in there, you know what I mean? We are not it. But the grooming, unfortunately, started very, very young, no matter who you are. Very, 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 very young, no matter who you are, because they call it Disney. Meet a prince, meet a princess. Yeah, I mean, rags to riches over and over. You know what I mean? And this is, oh, yeah, that's what I want. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, he's kind of an ugly guy, but with a kiss, he becomes. So when you meet this beast, you're like, maybe my kiss will unlock. No, he's just an older guy. He's just a billionaire who has a lot of money. Because your expectations are already at that, right? Again, like I said yesterday, men are supposed to make $500,000 a year at least. Have at least their one vehicle, if not more. Your own place to live in. By 18. Or you're not dateable. Don't call it. You gotta be at least this tall. You gotta do this. You got all these fucking things. Now, guys like, no, if I had my choice, I'd do this, and this. But if I sell for someone who gives a shit. Will stay around, stick around, not blame me for everything in their life. That'd be fucking shit. Looks are great. I mean, as long as I'm attracted, that's fine. Anything over that's where the I'd fucker comes in. Unfortunately, ladies, that's what you guys are wondering what that means. I'd fucker. In other words, yeah, I'd have sex with. They're admitting that they'd have sex with their friends, so they don't look gay, while admitting that she's attractive enough to have sex with, so there's enough to date. She's a good, she has a good personality. Yeah. I'd fuck her. It's a way of looking tough. Well, no. It's called a bluff. You guys don't know it because guys we grow up being, I was thinking about this the other day in the car. The difference is this exact polar opposite for women and for men. There was a girl at the beach, a couple girls at the beach, and they're friends. And one had a boogie board, and she walks up behind her friend and takes the boogie board, and she's getting ready to swing it fast, and then she slows it down and kind of taps her on the back, and she's like, you know what I mean? I was like, that's the difference between men and guys are gone. Wow, let's get in the water, and you fucking dick. All right, man. All right. I owe you one. That's what guys do. Hard smack to the back, because we know it won't break him. We know it won't hurt him. So we get desensitized to pain, we get desensitized to violence, we get desensitized to rough touch. We never get desensitized to soft touch, though. Because no one ever gives us soft touch. That's why women always fucking melt us. You know what I mean? We're not used to that. Like, we're used to fucking physical pain. Emotional pain, we don't ever deal with that. Ladies, you don't really deal with a lot. I mean, you deal with physical pain, but not like we do at work and stuff. And it's not a judgment or anything like that. It's just our lives are different. Example of combining several things, that we're mean to each other and we still stay best friends, and we don't give a fuck. It's about hurting the other person. It is. It really is. It really is. It's about a slug bug. What the fuck is slug bug? Other than you saw a Volkswagen bug and you want to punch your friend in the shoulder. That's all it is. You guys do that? No, you need to. If you don't give your friends shit, you don't test the fucking boundaries of what's going on. If you can't give your friends shit, then they're not your friend. You will know them much better by the end of our type of fucking way than you ever will with your talk, because talk can be lies. Actions are real. When I'm about to fucking fall and hurt myself and you're there like, dude, and you grab me from the edge or something, like when we're skating. You care. Yeah, you were way too close, man. I could tell you couldn't see it. This is a friend, man. This is a friend, but like, damn, dude, thanks. And then so you start watching the other back like that. You're on your back, you got a wasp, whatever. Oh shit, thanks, man. And so you just got someone kind of watching your back. You got a friend. You don't have to watch your back with that friend because you know when your back's turned what they do. You know how they act. Ladies, can you say that about your friends for 100%? How many of you gone, she was my best friend? I'm not saying that guys don't, but he was my boyfriend, she was my... That happens quite often. The reason why you're in a relationship with someone you're settling for, and you're cool, you're attractive enough, but your friend, if you're a girl, the guy friend of your boyfriend, because he's not doing everything that you would like, and then the guy friend shows up and is like, he's single. He's attractive enough looking, maybe not as good looking as the dude you're with, but, hey, isn't it your birthday? Yeah, happy birthday. How'd you know? Because, it was like a year ago. You guys were giving dating for a year, right? Yeah. And your dude's like, hey, what you doing? Then you remember. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. You're like, how do you remember? Yeah, he never comes around when I'm around. You guys are good friends, right? Yeah. We hang out all the time. But why haven't you guys been hanging out recently? I don't know, he's just been busy with a lot of stuff. In my situation, did you send Sean over there when I was puking? Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with it. I mean, you puke every night and stuff. I go out and it's just that one night I didn't have to deal with it. Meanwhile, I'm just going, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You're trying to kiss on me. There's one thing you're trying to prove, I'm gay, but if you're gay, I told him straight up, dude, I was like, if you ask me one more time, we cannot be friends, man. I'm not fucking around. You ask me one more time, we can't be friends, bro. If I was, we're not friends like that. Me and Opie ain't even friends like that. We're way closer than you and me, bro. Just saying. Opie was my dude, man. Fucking killed me what happened there, but what can you do? Yeah, we're getting to a point where women are saying we don't need men, and men are going to the point where we say we don't need women. They're both withdrawing from the dating pool angrily at the other people. When the truth is, there are some ladies. Are you mad because the attractive guys are all being hunted after, and they know they have tons of options? Because some of the uglier guys have really good hearts, and they may actually be. Sure, is he fat now? Yeah, maybe if you put some love into him, he might actually get to the gym. You want to go exercise with me? You want to go for a walk? Yeah. I'm not saying like, I'm just saying like he's the kind of a guy that's like, he might be cute if he's thinned out. You want to go walking? Yeah. Let's go to the park and shit. Yeah, that's cool. You guys like walks on the beach, right? For too long, that walking, he's like, I'm losing weight. You want to go for another walk? You want to go for, yeah. That was cool going down the beach. You want to go down to like by the bridge and stuff? Yeah, that'd be really cool. You actually want to, yeah, I want to go. You want to like bike there? Because I can get more exercise I'm getting. I'm losing weight. You're going to feel ridiculous, but like no one ever cared. I used to be skinny, but like no one ever cared. So I just went in my room and sat there. Really, yeah. After about a year or two, dude loses like 70 pounds. Nice. Don't push them. Don't rush them. Whatever. Don't make it seem like you're doing great. You're doing awesome. Don't be in a rush. Whenever you're happy, stop. Especially if you actually are happy with this personality. Whenever you're happy, stop. I never meant to push you into this. No, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm getting healthy. I'm getting out. I'm getting stuff. I feel like I look good. Like we do. You feel like you feel better about yourself too. I feel fucking great. I feel fantastic about myself for the first time in my fucking life. And that's when you can get the sweetest all because of you. The one that you wanted from your boyfriend, this studly guy who's got like 6 other girls on his fucking Instagram list. Why doesn't he fucking throw that at you? Because he's throwing it at other people, trying to get the net as wide as possible. Oh, guys, no, all those frat guys, I will say they're all the same. A lot of them are exactly the same. You may get a frat guy with a heart of gold. You may get a doctor that's actually not got a god complex. You may get a lawyer that has enough time to do all the stuff and still have money. He may have his own like firm, you know. You might. But most of us work for a company. So the thought of having over 500,000 a year is just ridiculous. You know, there's no money stipulation for us, for you ladies. At all. There's not an education limit. There's nothing like that. Just that you give a shit about us and you stick around. Look what they'll do for women that don't give a shit but pretend. That's how sad men are. There's not a loneliness epidemic. You have no idea. You've never been a man. Because even like what's considered the lesser attractive women are still shooting for the billionaire rich playboy. And if you should get a fucking guy, he's so fucking insecure because that's the way we've been trained. Women don't want, they want, we've been trained that guys don't, they want eyelash. I have no desire in those eyelashes. They want chiseled, I don't have any of that. I don't have any desire to see all that fucking makeup. If you want to go out, like when we're going out and you want like, I don't have any problem with it, but if you want to like gussy up before we go out to, I don't usually dress like this when we go out, when we go out to eat. I don't usually dress like this. I just don't clean, make sure I'm fully shaved and shit. Nice smelling cologne on. I don't usually do this, but I'll do it. I know how to behave out in social situations. I'm not a savage. I've got a nice shirt. One. I've got a couple nice shirts. Button up, 2. And I have several ties. 3. Plain colored and a couple form ones. You can check them out. I got a power tie. I'm good. I'm good. Am I gonna dress like that? Oh no. Am I gonna make it look kind of like me still? Oh, yeah. I just can't do it, man. The whole no. I've got to have some bit of me in there. I usually like whatever. I still got the fucking my wallet hanging there. I'll still go in the store with my hat because if it's cold out, I'll just take it off when I get in there. Still have my glasses on. So let's get seated. I'm just not comfortable in public places. I'd prefer to be like in a booth type situation, And it's just there's so much talking. My brain processes so much that I can hear like little snippets of a conversation between 2 people and dissect what's going on over there. And it drives me nuts because I feel like I'm spying on them. But I know, but Tommy's just, and another one goes like, yeah, he's always, and I can dissect exactly what's going on with them. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. I don't need to know. It's not like bad or thing. It's just like, I just don't need to know. I can hear this. I have really good hearing, so I hear this table over here, and I hear this people, and pretty soon it's just like this swamp, this soup in my head of just all these like. It starts getting hard to hear the person you're across from. I love going to like a restaurant. There's just a few people. That's really fun. Like a coffee house that like really nobody knows about, or a diner type thing. Those are fucking great. I always go into when I go to like a tavern or anything like that. I always check out the burger. I always get a good burger first. They're expensive, but that's like the least expensive thing on the menu. And if they can do that right, if they can do that right, then they can. If they can't do a burger right, then they're not gonna. Like, if they can't do it the way that I like, then they're not gonna do it the way. They're not gonna do anything else the way that I like. And burgers are always good. It's kind of like pizza. You really can't fuck it up too much. I don't like when Bob's Big Boy puts on the seasoned salt. It's kind of like when you put either seasoned salt or Creole seasoning on hamburger before cooking it. It just kind of cooks it in the meat and gives the whole thing a flavor that I don't like. But if you put it on after, so good. So good. It's just kind of like when you use fresh herbs versus dried herbs. You know how long you need to cook it to get the flavor out of there. A lot of shit to learn. A lot of shit to know. But if you care, you learn it all. You know? That's why I keep all this shit about, like, you know, doing OBS, learning these things, and because I have the information from making videos and making video editing. I mean, picture, audio, video, and graphic editing. I could figure out a lot of this stuff in here, and they just got a lot of stuff in, like, Photoshop, you know, how transitions and things like that. And that's cool. So close to parking. But yeah, I mean, we really got to do something if we're going to continue on. Otherwise, I mean, if women actually do seclude themselves and men actually seclude themselves, what's going to happen? Sex toy thing. And on top of that, I mean, they'll either, like, make us breed ourselves out of existence while they continue, you know? It's all about control, really. It really is. The other part would be that these guys would go into these groups. Well, I mean, back in the day, we used to hit them with it, you know? Yeah, I'm getting tired of jerking off, especially with all you guys. Yeah. Let's go out in a pack. We could probably get a pack of them. Tell me I'm wrong. Once that testosterone and shit starts building up in that group think where they're just hearing themselves echo about their own stupidity with no one in there to check them, like, dude, no. Why? Because no, man, that's just fucking stupid. Is that what you want to be? Is that what you want for your dad to be? For you want your dad to be that way with your mom? No. You want your daughter to have that kind of relationship? No. So why would you start that cycle, dude? Huh? Just so you can you go watch your fucking porn. You guys go jerk off or something, you know? You guys don't even give a fuck anyway. That's why they're not here. Because none of you fucks give a fuck. And I can't get shit because none of you fucks give a fuck about their feelings or anything like that or being there the next day. So no, when I get wild, they're like a typical dude. I get sneers and jeers. What the fuck are you talking about? Never cheated on anybody. Ever. It's just not in my blood. Not what I want, man. Never has been, never will be. Had a chance at threesome. Didn't do it. I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. And I don't want to, you know. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. Like, if my wife was like, hey, I got a friend, like, first off, I'm not losing you for shit. First off. So I'd really like you to think about it. You guys do whatever the fuck you're going to do. I really don't give a shit. I really don't care what you guys do. But I'm not losing you, so make sure you're fucking fine with that shit before I'm just saying, because I cannot return the favor, and I will not. So just reconsider that when you're making your decision. I cannot, I will not. What's mine is mine, that's it. Sorry, I mean, you could separate always. That's always an option. If it's like a critical thing, I'm not trying to stop you from it. I'm not the person that you want to do that with. And you're fine with that. Yeah, I don't give a shit thing. It's going to be weird for me, I can tell you that. Yeah, it's going to be weirded out, because it's like, I don't honestly think about anybody else. Seriously. When I go out in the world, man, seriously, people might as well be just a bunch of Ken dolls and, you know, Barbie dolls. I don't picture. I just oh that's a woman, but I don't picture the rest of it. You know, like the mind and mentality, whatever. We got clothes on and shit, so it's all like, I just don't do that. That's just not my men. That's not my. Especially if I'm with somebody. If it's acting whatever. I just kind of like. I've had that happen. You know, go up there like get a money order, whatever, and the cashier's acting flirty or whatever, and I just kind of put that in check real quick and just like, yeah, here's my license, here's my thing. Did you need me to scan my deal? No, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go check this over here real quick. If you go ahead and run that money order, that's all we need. I mean that I might go, yeah, that's I mean, show my ring off. That's all I need, But yeah, thank you anyways. I'm gonna go check out the lighters down there. I need a new lighter for smoking pot. Oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, so you don't look like a pot smoker, and so you'd be like, hey, do you have to smoke it? Who the fuck came over to me? You came over to me. Shut the fuck up. No, I don't have to, but I mean, I will ingest pot. I'll make oil. That's cool. Yeah, I can do that. Just eat it and different things, I make a badass spaghetti. I could always make my batch over on the side, Unless one eats them too. I make different levels of awesome. Well, I never think about it. You could just put like a dropper on afterwards. That's what I used to do with my, I had some granola bars that I'd eat. So I'd have something throughout the day, some sugar. But I'd take like a dropper and drizzle it on them. Oh, it gets so fucked up. Like 2 or 3 drizzles on there. But I used to do like a lot of trim for just a little bit of oil or butter. So that shit would like come out black and dark. It comes out lighter now, but I think I'm gonna step that shit up. Step that shit way up. This last batch of chocolate was good as hell. You could barely taste it. You could taste the coconut, but you could barely taste the pot. And I didn't get like really trashed off of it, but I would like to just my lungs. I'd like to smoke less. I'm never gonna stop. I just like doing it. Go step outside and do it, Smoke a joint. I like smoking a joint. I don't know why. Especially like right before bed. Oh God, when I was living by myself, with my brother and his friends, my first place I lived outside the house at 17, 18. Well, I guess I went to college, and I lived like a way away at 18. And yeah, that was a great time. Just like sitting there because my bed was on the ground. Like I didn't have a bed mattress. I just like laid several. I made a pallet, a lot of blankets, sleeping bags and stuff, and then a couple pillows, and then I made another one out on the outside my window, so I could go out there. And I had a rocking chair, and my flutes and stuff, so I could go play out at nighttime. And I had like a bed, so I could lay at the stars. I had a second pillow, but never anybody. It bummed me the fuck out because Rick had a girlfriend, and I wasn't like trying to hit her or anything, but like I went into my room and someone was laying in the thing. I'm like, look. And she's like, hey, I'm like, it's like under the covers, like laying on, looking at the stars. I'm like, hey, what's up? Not a lot. All right, cool. I just, all right, man. If Rick comes in here, then it's not gonna be all that great of a thing. So. Oh man, I miss my hair. I didn't have to shave as often. I didn't have the chin beard though. I'm gonna keep the chin beard. I want to grow it out though. I want this to grow out. So I'm gonna have at least like I don't know if anybody's seen my picture from Centenary, but it's like down to here I think. I want to have at least that when it's braided up, when it hangs down, and then when it starts to come down like this far, it'll be like this much dread, like dreadlocks. Done really tight, tight dreadlocks. About the same size as the braids with the dreadlock braid. Never seen that shit before. else? Yeah, all of our standards are all fucked up because we're not allowed to really talk about sex, sexuality, just a lot of that shit. For example, because of that, we can get double standards, like why is a guy with a blow-up doll or a sex toy, pocket pussy, whatever, he's a fucking absolute pervert when he watches this porn and uses it, but women are just fine using their penis-shaped dildo, or whatever shaped dildo, like one of those ones, and, the butterfly, the whatever, all those fucking different ones that do like shit that the dolphin do shit guys can never fucking do. It's got a vibrating, twisting action inside and shit. Come on, get the fuck out of here. I've been doing all kinds of shit, Sit on a blender. What are you fucking talking about? Maybe on a turntable? Jesus Christ, man, what are you guys doing there? Yeah, no wonder we suck. Imagine us playing with this fucking android, and it's like, you are the best, you're so huge. Like, see, why can't you tell me that? It's just saying what you want to hear, so is your book. That's just written, at least this is replying to what I'm saying. You didn't just say it like, do you like it? Like, yes. It is huge. You are the best, the best, the best. You get stuttered? Well, yes, you're bouncing. It's a good playback. But that's just more of the automation. It's bouncing. You guys don't know about records, and you can't bounce a record or a CD. Guys, again, because of porno, they really don't see past the throw the tissue away. So I wonder how they see women, and they're not really allowed to talk. If nothing else, the dad's kind of encouraging. Not mine, but I have a friend of mine. He's like, yeah, I was talking to my dad the other day about the birds and the bees, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I had that fucking with my dad. It was very simple. Ours was very simple. Hey, yeah, you did protection? Yeah, good. That's it? That's it. Get out of here. My mom, that's it! He knows what he's doing. I was like, thank God. But anyways, the dude was talking about like how his dad goes through the whole stuff and basically lays out the whole like get as much tail as you can while you're young, before you settle down. Yada yada. Never settle down to this, and just this bullshit. I'm just like, it's bouncing around your fucking head, man. Really? It's gotta be the looky, because the personality is fucking shit, man. Just absolute shit. I don't like you though. All right, whatever, man. So, that's what I'm saying. There's a single guy there. Poetry, blah, blah, blah. Plays music, all those things, and then there's a Zach Morris kind of looking dude that likes to steal, listens to heavy metal, and really can't spell very well. Which one's going to write you a good poem, and which one's going to... Roses are red. You are not blue. Jesus Christ, did you have anything fucking... What? I can understand if you had a good fucking way to end it. Roses are red, violets are blue. I want to clap them cheeks as soon as you get home. Love your husband. 4 years and counting, bitch. You ain't never getting rid of me. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your VD. Valentine's Day. VD, baby. Alright. My dad's birthday was on like Christmas Eve. And I, like, when I got older, I started realizing, I was like, this guy suck, man. Because how many people are like, hey, man, this is for Christmas and your birthday? Do you do that with anybody else? Well, no, yours are just so close together and all this. Yeah, I know, because all the holidays or whatever, so I don't get any. I'm just saying, they divide the thing into two. One's your birthday, one's your... Okay. And I was just thinking about that. I was like, this guy suck, man. And he was down there, so like when I started sending him birthday presents, I started sending like... he had gotten a 3D TV, like mine. Only his was like flat screen type, whatever. Mine had the rear projection. And we're both in the 3Ds, and we're talking about 3D movies and stuff. He hadn't gone fucking Republic comments on me. And, fucking... So I sent him stacks of, like, cause I was getting them cheap as shit. Cheap as fuck. You know? Compared to what they normally, they go like $40, but because it's been rented. Fucking like $5, $3. They're not the best in the world, but they're actually 3D movies, because there's not a whole ton of 3D movies out there to watch. And so I get like a copy for me, and then I get, if I found I was like, I don't think I'd like this, but he probably would, you know? Yeah, I like this one. He'd probably like it too. I don't think he'd like this one, but I want that. You know what I mean? And then took the stack up there, and so I sent him like a 4-stack of, and it says happy birthday, and a 4-stack that said Merry Christmas. It's the same thing, but I mean, it's still the thought that this one's for your birthday, which is today when this is arriving, and this one's for you to open tomorrow. I mean, guys like, girlfriends are near around Valentine's Day. It's like, ooh, nothing really inventive. Just pick like one other day. Oh, dude, I'd be swapping Easter. Christmas may fall on, you know what I mean? Christmas. It's your fucking birthday. What the fuck are you talking about? So it's my birthday too? Alright. That'll work, but not that way. I get gifts and stuff. That's cool, but... Alright. It's gonna be your day, but... On top of that, just like imagine like moving just the day is a bit, even like a couple days earlier, whatever, even like a month later. Imagine reservations anywhere. VD specials today, $1.50. Like if you want to go eat with a bunch of fucking people that all have the same idea, sure. You want to hit a Tuesday night? And have like a special night. That'd be the best, right? That'd be the best. It's my birthday too? I thought it was your birthday. No one remembers my birthday, thank you. On that right now. So 33 minutes. Yeah, of course we need each other. How the fuck are we gonna go forward? You know what I mean? How do we get here? The beauty standards we're used to right now have only been in existence since like 1915. I was up in Empire and stopped and got a burger at Joe's Tavern or whatever it's called. It's Joe's Tavern and Grill. They had like an outdoor, not outdoor, but it's like a back. It was wide open. It was like a dance floor and a beer hall. And there's already guys. It was full broad daylight. There's a guy. I don't know if it was like a prop for when I walk by. I'm like, that's the bar. You know what I mean? Because they had to have one guy just in there, just shrugging a pit. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like a bar. There wasn't nobody in there just sadly chugging a pitcher. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? I wouldn't be able to look in and see all the bottles and go, oh, it's a bar. So we go into the tavern part of it and have me and my mom. We have we order. She got like a Reuben or something like that, and I got a hamburger because that's I don't like a lot of people's cooking. Being honest, I just don't. I don't like a lot of whatever, but love hamburgers. Very simple, very easy. Let me go ahead and give this a shot. It was good. It wasn't the best. It was good. A little bit greasy, but it was good. Because they're so fucking stingy now, they won't even give you. It's got to be the simplest fucking thing to make because just hamburger, a bun, and they often put on the side like lettuce, tomato, and or onion, and or mayo. It's all shit you gotta kind of build yourself, which is fine because I like certain amounts. I don't like them to dictate how much ketchup I get, which is fine. I don't like them to dictate which order I have an order. Like I like the lettuce on the bottom, meat, then like a condiment, tomatoes, and then onions, and I can bring them to them. Mayo on both sides. I like what I like. I know I do. I don't ask anybody to do it. I'll do it myself. I'm just saying I know what I like, and that's how I do things. I have a reason for it, but if you think you've ever asked why, why I have such orders of things that I do, it's because it's not the right way, but it's the most efficient way that I've learned so far. If I find a better way to do it, I'm going to do it that way. But right now, this is the most efficient way that I've learned. And I've tried several different ways of different things, I'm not just, I'm not just driven. I do stuff with intention. Yeah. Probably should go. Yeah, 36 minutes. Never went on long enough. And, have no fear for atomic energy because none of them can stop the time. Getting dark out there, but that just means that the light is going to come to it. Yeah? I wouldn't despair too much. If nothing else, I believe by April of next year, it'll all be over. So I've been told from my studies in the Bible. So I've been told from just the way things are moving and going. That means that Yeshua's return will probably happen before then. And look how close Donald Trump is to being at least called out and revealed as the man of sin. David Dennison, Den of Sin. Very wicked man. Picture of Trump hung. I think that's why he probably still thinks that he's possibly getting away with it and everything he's doing. But if they started an investigation into him and had arrested Epstein, why wouldn't they have moved on Trump yet? Why wouldn't they have gotten Epstein out? Was Epstein not the ringleader? You know what I mean? Because Epstein had a lot of money, but who made him rich? Who was he blackmailing? Oh yeah, there wasn't just a friendly thing, you know what I mean? It was a mutually assured destruction thing. Like I said, once a time, he probably doesn't break that out immediately. He hung out a couple of times where there's going to be photo ops in media. And so there's a couple pictures, or at least social gatherings where Ghislaine may take a picture, or someone else may take a picture of the two of you. And so there's like 2 or 3 occasions. Oh, there's Bill Gates, let me go, Yeah, I'm a billionaire, I'd like to, we only deal with billionaires and above. Okay, cool. If you want to come out to my island, I can go ahead and tell you some of the things that you're doing the philanthropy. Yeah, we're looking to give away, and you're trying to get some helping children and stuff. Yeah, that's right up our alley. Right up our alley. Who? I'm a financier. Yeah, you like $7 billion. It's probably cute to you, seeing you got 175 billion. No, I mean that's really well. You're doing really well. What are you doing? I dabble, and we want to talk about it at my island. Again, there's already 4 pictures of them hanging out and a flight log with them getting on the plane. What does it look like immediately? And if you're a pervert, you just go, you didn't have to do all that, man. All I had is to make sure that we, hey, we're at Fantasy Island, go have your fun, do whatever you want to do. There's older women, there's younger women, there's guys, there's everything, there's everything. Everything. And Bill Gates is like, I'm not saying that's what it happened, but how would you explain that after leaving that? Like, why didn't you say anything? He had photos of me, and he could just say that I wanted to get out of that world, because they were, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff he could say. We had those photos, who knows if he had audio. That whole plane was supposedly wired for sound and stuff. So they have some, they have an internet. There were pictures of Bill Clinton on the laptop. You guys have got to see this girl. Oh wow, she is incredible. She's really, Is that your style, Bill? You see what I'm saying? And he starts talking because he thinks he doesn't know that there's cameras and stuff going on. Not necessarily he's even going to do anything. You want to see which kind of stuff I can get you, though? Sure. Got you. No, man. No. It's one thing to look at a beautiful woman. It's another thing to cheat on my wife. Thanks anyways, man. Are we going to be touching down? Yeah, we got to stop at my airport. Then go over to the other island? Yeah. You might get off here, man. Okay. It's good seeing you. Oh, fuck. I've seen Brett set a camera on Trump to make sure that, I know you're a snake. I need to make sure I gotta catch you with your face and everything so you cannot hide from this. Don't worry, I'm not going to use that, but now you can't turn on me like you turn on everybody else. You can guarantee with that right there, you guaranteed cannot turn on me like you turn on everybody else. Hey, you want to come over to a party? Yeah, man, that sounds great. Yeah, I see the party with Mar-a-Lago. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Cool. Watch Chuck Epstein's face when he sees the media. He's probably pointing out this girl, like, she's hot. She's hot. She's hot. He'd probably whisper in his ear, and none of them are underage. Look at the media, huh? They're just sitting here, look at all this, the ABC, NBC. Like, dude, I don't even worse now. That just shows that you're doing this as a cover-up. So you had to hold this whole party. Just pretend that you're not into little girls? How much does that cost you? Come lost, you're gonna write that off fast, dude. It was just to make sure you don't screw me over. And here you are. You screwed us both, man. There wasn't a real connection aside from the fact that I was at your golf club. Now, I came to a personal party. Dumb shit. I've seen you turn on other people. That's probably why he falls asleep. That's why he has those late night screeds. He has to fucking anything he sees about himself. That's probably why he's scrutinizing the mail, like when he has people look through the things and just seeing the articles about him. It's not that he's obsessed with finding out if any of the tabloids have started saying Donald Trump accused. 4, 20, 35 girls between in the years of 19 to... The Antichrist will have no regard for women, especially if he has regard for girls. Underage girls. Maybe actually cheated on Ivana to keep her. She was getting close to finding it. Yeah, I mean, as long as she was down to casinos and handling the casinos. Whatever she was doing there. Oh, she probably started making the money. It's supposed to close out and fail. It's supposed to slowly but surely hemorrhage cash, so it looks like he's a failure. Meanwhile, all this blackmail stuff goes into like Swiss bank accounts and shit. This is all speculation. Could all be bullshit. But I just started running scenarios in my head of things that make sense. Watching all the evidence. Yeah. I wonder what connection Roy Cohn has with this whole thing. I wonder if he has any... Even worse, what if he likes on the rich boys? Because that would mean he really has no regard for women. Yeah? Look at those muscles, his big... Look at this guy. And that's why every time he compliments a person, he has to put him down. We're the smartest guys I know. I don't know if he's as fit as you'd like him to be. Put on a little weight there, did ya? This is about his accomplishment in sciences. What are you doing, dude? Fat shaming a guy at a... Okay. Kind of shitbag gets up there and talks about how he's never been, aside from The Apprentice, an entertainer of any kind of way. And I don't think they give out Nobel Prizes. I don't think they give out Kennedy Center Awards for TV series, especially the ones that are scripted and edited that heavily. And then some people say, what a good person to fucking put, you're fired as this catchphrase. Yeah, we gotta fire those people and get them out of there. Okay, who are you gonna replace them with, asshole? That's the problem with these short-sighted fucks. Who's gonna do the job then? Pete Hegseth. We have an entire military to choose from. Oh, that's right, they have no respect for him. Neither does Pete Hegseth, but Donald Trump still has the evidence, doesn't he? They're talking about traditional family values and shit, and they're just going through wives, they're going through husbands. Bobert's been accused of possibly being not on OnlyFans, but on Sugar Daddy. While married to her husband, and has like 3 or 4 kids. I wonder if they're all his. Oh yeah, by the way, he showed his penis, supposedly. I have not seen the police report. To an underage girl, and then she married him after. Apparently fled a scene of an accident with her mother-in-law or something like that in one of those off-road vehicles. Just got her GED, and you guys are... She got up there and said, and wanton murders. I don't know what those are, but I don't want any. Wanton. This is a better choice than Kamala Harris with a college degree. But Katie Porter, Jasmine Crockett. I can't. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but I think she's Muslim. When do we have a religion check? You have a freedom of religion, right? Can you show me anywhere where it says you have to be a Christian to hold office? Because you motherfuckers really, 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 really fight for a place that has freedom of religion to make your religion the only religion. No, you have freedom to choose between Baptists, Southern. That's not what freedom of religion means, asshole. You can come over here and you can worship and shit, but don't bring that at my place unless you want me to come to your place with my cross. You already come to my place with your cross and saying how I'm going to hell if I don't change my ways. The fuck are you talking about? Right, you complain about that, so don't be bringing your prayer mat. I don't bring my prayer mat. I don't ask for halal food. I don't ask for kosher food. Either I bring my own or, yeah. It's important to us religiously. Well, don't you be trying to make my, do you think I bring enough for your kid too? How rich do you think I am? I'm going to public school, bitch. Well, don't be trying to date, why? Because you'll attack me. You'll attack me for who your child chooses to date. I persuaded them into what? Are they happy? And you don't want your kid happy. You'd rather see them unhappy with one of your kind. Gotcha. No, I've heard ignorance like this before. It's just weird that it's so pervasive. Pervasive. You know what the source is? No, it's not a dinosaur. Well, maybe you take the chaw out of your fucking jaw and stop telling me about what you know. I can tell you some things that you don't fucking know. Oh yeah, I'm 15. I'll school your fucking hillbilly ass. All up and down this fucking place. The facts, motherfucker. And you claim your shit's based on. Have you ever been black? No. I'm half black. Is that why you don't like me so much? But yeah, I've been half black, so I can tell you that black people treat half black people very badly. In the South, in the 80s, 90s. White people are welcoming into the group, I guess, so they don't look like a racist, but most of them are actually still racist. There are a few people that are like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, man. You know? Actual, like, friends. Of all colors. They'd rather hang out with, you know, a multicultural group. Which is what I had in California. They were much more racist, though. Black, white, Asian, both, I had a Japanese friend, I had a Chinese friend. Yuki, I can't remember. I almost see his last name. The reason I can't is because he had to poop. And we were at Tim's house. And, I don't know if I'm going to hell for this one or not. It's my fault, so I might as well confess. So, he had to poop. So we're like, just go over there and poop, man. And so we all played whatever. And I'm like, you guys are good? Like, no. And then he came back, and I was like, you took a dookie in Tim's backyard. That's all I was gonna do, and it became a chant. And he wasn't hurt or anything like by it. At first, it's kind of like, stop, but like, you took a dookie in Tim's backyard. You took a dookie. Ah, you did. You took a dookie over there, man. You took a dookie into his backyard. You took a dookie into his backyard. You took a dookie into his backyard. He used to get the fucking, oh god, was it him? My brother had two Asian friends. I think they were Chinese. I know they had who was the doctor? The doctor was Dr. something, like, not Dr. Finger. It was something funny. There's something funny like that, though. But they had the hook up on some, like, fucking, not like, I won't say bootleg, they were actually Chinese, G.I. Joe, you know, because that's where it comes from. It was overdubbed when it got here. It wasn't done here. It wasn't done. None of that shit was done here. They weren't designed here. They weren't whatever. Just like Power Rangers. They just overdid. They redid the footage of between. I used to watch that in California. I did, and I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? And the Mighty Morphin Power. I'm like, no, it had like an overdub. This is not. This isn't the original. Of course, I was told I was, you know. And then later on, it comes out that, yeah, all the action scenes within the suits and stuff. Pre-filmed. They didn't reshoot. They might have reshot it later on, or did start doing that when they ran out of original series. Because unlike other people, they don't just let it run and run and run, and it tells the story and it's done, and it makes room for other people. Will they come back later? Maybe, if it's popular enough. It's usually pretty deep and still, like, you know, it makes the world bigger. That's what encouraged the Animatrix. You ever seen Ninja Scroll? Akira. There's several that are really, really good. There's several Asian kung fu flicks. I don't want to say, like, you know, as the kung fu flicks. They're martial arts flicks, and yeah, we used to get those. So like it was like Yuki, or my brother's friend Yuki had the hookup on Fresh from China, I believe. You know what I mean? Like at the market, and they were cheap as shit. But his mom was not really wanting to let me in on that, you know. Like, no, it's my friend. Like, no, yeah, he's not your friend. Yeah, I am. Sorry you don't believe it. You know, it sounded like song like that if you raised friend. It was funny, and he did take a dookie, and his name is Yuki, and it was Tim's backyard. I'm sorry, but they liked it. I'm going to hell? Yeah, I'm going to hell. That's okay. It's okay. That was a long time ago. I've done worse since then, so if that's got me, then the train just kept it rolling. Alright, so we're about an hour now. We do about 3 more minutes, why not? We're at 57 minutes. 30 seconds. So, moved to Ann Arbor, and James, he was dating, I think, a Chinese girl, and she worked at this mall, I think like an outlet mall for, like, Asian market type outlet mall thing, and there was a video store in there. I can't remember anything. I remember going to the video store, and it had like all like the covers were. We got several stuff like Red Snake, Green Snake. There were several really fucking dope ones, man. Yeah, I mean, like straight from, you know, where it all starts. It's like we get like the rip off and the Van Damme versions. It's like, although they're on wire, if you think about it, they're like their thing is like a focus, their chi and shit to achieve enlightenment and whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that this is possible, but is it? I don't know. I believe Jesus walked on water, and now these guys are running on air. But it's a technique called, you know what I mean? There's just a bunch of stuff to it. It's like it's in depth. It's not just, you know, there's 6 chambers, Shaolin. Fuck, dude. Wu Chang. Into the 36 chambers. Got 90. I was. Why isn't there? Why isn't there 100 seconds? Why don't you just like cut them faster? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably could get 100 in there. At least probably about fucking, I don't know. I should count it one time. I do it right now, but I'm not going. I'm not gonna put you through that. It'll be about 15 seconds, so honestly, like when you do your pulse, you don't have to check your pulse for 15 seconds, and you must probably that times 4. This is ridiculous, man. We got like all these DECA systems, and time is like 60. So if I type in 200 in my microwave, it'll do 2 minutes. No, it should do 200 minutes. Yes, you'd think that. But the conversion rate from microwavity to humanosity has the flip that you guys can't do the calculation in your brain. When you type 200, you mean 2 minutes. But not me. If I want 2 minutes, I type 120 seconds. Right. That's common sense. 180 seconds. Right. You're... So I gotta fucking... The thing with this, we don't have to do math. That's true. That's true. I can live. I'll live.